Hello, my fellow Americans and residents of inferior countries. I'm a frog. Like with every game on the Master Chief Collection, Halo Reach has an achievement for beating its campaign in under 3 hours on Legendary. It's called Keep Your Foot on the Pedro gas, which, although I understand the attempted pun, is a weird name for an achievement nonetheless. Now, you may know me as a Halo 1 speedrunner, but Halo 1 and Halo Reach are actually two different games. I know nothing about Halo Reach speedruns going into this except that New Alexandria sucks. I'll be learning and strategizing as I go along, and I'll see if I can beat Halo Reach on Legendary in under 3 hours. Let's hop in. Our journey begins on Winter Contingency with us looking at Joe Biden's recent debate performance before getting on foot and running with very heavy breathing. Further ahead, some giant birds show up that you're supposed to fight, but I instead just grabbed a plasma pistol and ran. And I ran all the way around, until I made it to a car and drove around with my new Spartan friends. We killed all the Covenant at the first building like we're supposed to, then drove to the second, Rip Ostrich, which I efficiently cleared as well. At the final place, I finally got a real weapon instead of a Magnum and defended the Marine successfully and started flying again with Big Hoss and Blue Guy. At this part, you're supposed to hold out until falling back inside, and I was told by a Reach runner that this speeds up the more enemies you kill, so I valiantly fought back instead of hiding in the corner like when I was 10. Oh my god, the Covenant killed Santa. At the next fight, I was pretty slow, but it was fine because there's epic guitar music playing. Marty cooked. What is bro doing? And that's Winter Contingency in 1237. We'll be keeping track of all my times throughout. On to Sword Base. Sword Base starts with me trying to get headshots and using the plasma pistol on elites because elites are incredibly tanky in this game. After killing everything, I grabbed the target locator and left my Spartan partner Cat in the dust as I bolted ahead to where I could carjack a vehicle from a hardworking elite. The strategy here is to call in an orbital strike, then drive up in the wake and hit the button above through the wall before driving off again. Easy enough. Here I expertly weaved my way through the rocks so as to not die before hitting the next switch through a wall. I wasn't sure if I actually hit it though and kept trying to press it. The next switch is on the opposite side, and this one you can also get from underneath, but I don't know how, so I pressed it directly. When I tried to make my escape, I was EMP'd by a grunt and died. After taking out my anger on my dog, I once again hit the button and this time survived. From there, I was able to drive back to Sword Base where I began and exit the Ghost, which is not something you'd see in a real speedrun. They'd take the Ghost back here where you're not supposed to get it. In the base, Hunters made their first appearance of the game, but unfortunately for them, I had a shotgun. What is Cat doing? After the elevator, there's a white elite whose concussion rifle you're supposed to grab for some jumps that in hindsight I should have done because they look easy, but instead I manually walked up and killed everyone the way Marty intended. The last area is just about rocketing aircraft and bang, Sword Base down. I got it in 9:44. Nightfall starts with a very easy grenade jump.
It is dark to electronics.
Nightfall starts with a very easy grenade jump that I definitely didn't need to learn, but I discovered I actually like this level speedrun a lot and wanted to get a respectable time. You want to get a plasma pistol off this grunt, but I got unlucky and he had a needler, but whatever, we roll anyway. There's another grenade jump I could have done here, but it actually looked hard, so at this part I just ran around everyone and onto the next area. Here I can snipe the turret guy, and you're supposed to overcharge and snipe the elite that drops down, but I didn't have a plasma pistol and he was focused on June, so like a good teammate I bolted. Here I ran by some weird looking dogs. That part where you're supposed to help the militia? Yeah, no, I'm just gonna run past that. Keep running, stealth kill this elite, and oh man, is that a forklift? You're supposed to kill everyone and fight some dropships that come in before moving on, but there's actually a trick with the forklift in the door. Watch and learn. Okay, no, like this. No. Okay, like this. Haha, first try. There are no bad guys for the rest of the level, so you can literally just run through to the end. And that's the best speedrun level in the game in 3:41. Tip of the Spear is a solid level that Halo fans talk about like it's the second coming of Jesus. It starts with me fighting some alien goons before getting a rocket hog and trying to blow up a big gun. You're equipped with a grenade launcher, which isn't bad, but isn't good either. I'm radically centrist on it. Get in. Cat, get in. What are you doing? Get in the Warthog.
Bro.
Alright. After dying immediately after reverting a few times, I decided to move on without Cat, although she was still with me in spirit with my complete inability to drive. Then I killed some guys, or gals. Like this elite, I shot him, or her, in the head and got in this absolutely trash vehicle that's like a Wraith mixed with a Ghost. It's called the Revenant. The big gun I'm supposed to blow up you can actually just get by volleying shots like this, then I just needed to clear this area. In a testament to the Revenant's quality, or lack thereof, I quickly realized it would be more efficient to just get out and shoot the remaining enemies. What follows is a vehicle auto-scroller where I didn't didn't even get hit once, but for some reason thought this was really tough when I was a child. In the shield after crashing, you can run on the right side through some pipes and do a crouch jump up and get in a truck and go straight to the spire. This is literally the first time I ever got into the spire without hijacking a Banshee. Then there's a few bad guys at the top, nothing too bad, and that's tip of the spear in 1144. Not too bad. I could have gotten sub 10 with a couple more easy skips, but I was just too dang excited for the next mission. Yeah, that was sarcasm. Long Night of Solace is absolute cancer on Legendary, and if not for me being a YouTuber, I would never play it. I'll be honest, I watched 0 runs of this level for strats, and I just played through once to get it over with. So it starts with some basic beach combat, I hit an MLG stick, and before I knew it, I was in outer space in a Saber Interactive mobile, dogfighting with Banshees. This is fine, but when the Seraphs come in, this part gets really hard, especially on the MCC because it has a higher tick rate than the original game, which for whatever reason means enemies are more aggressive, and you get absolutely shredded. The strategy I employed was hiding behind the station you're supposed to defend. It's slow but easy enough. But then there's the second space section. This one is a lot harder because there's no station for you to hide behind. Let me just say, when you people ask me when I'm going to become a Halo Reach speedrunner, this section alone makes me not want to. On the bright side, I guess I like the rest of the level where you board the Corvette on foot. But yeah, like I said, I watched 0 speedruns of this level and had no idea what you're supposed to do, so I just killed everyone, then got back to George to end the mission with a 29:56. This was still faster than Cody Miller's Reach GDQ run, where he had about a 35-minute long night. Someone should make a video about that guy. Exodus is my favorite level in Halo Reach, which seems to be an unpopular opinion because you people have no taste. This level introduces the brutes who resemble our typical customer back when I worked at Arby's. One ability the brutes have is armor lock, where sometimes you'll be about to kill them and they just armor lock their way out of it. I love that. What is bro doing? After you get a jetpack, you're supposed to do a big fight, but instead I did some platforming stuff I saw in Halo Completionist Guide for this level to get past it, then jetpack my way up a building you're not supposed to be able to jetpack up, and something I also took from his guide, and rocketed everything that moved. The Falcon auto-scroller is terrifying, and I was very nervous about getting rigged. The level ends with you needing to activate some missile batteries. After getting the first one, I tried blowing up a Wraith, and I did, but my Warthog also got blown up, which is less than ideal. But after getting the second, I was able to hijack a Ghost and beeline it to the end where I completed the mission.
Now or never, Spartan.
Wait.
Missile defense online. All evac transports.
Okay, now I completed it for real and got a 14:22. New Alexandria is a great casual mission, but like I mentioned at the start, it's a nightmare of a speedrun level, the worst in the entire franchise. There's 3 different main objectives that you can get in any order. I got the nightclub place first, where I just ran past all the hunters and got the first jammer. After doing the main objective, you get a side objective that's also random. I got a Sergeant Buck objective and was told before starting that I should just revert and get a new one if that were to happen. So that's what I did. The objective I got after reverting checkpoint just made me blow up some Banshees, and then my second main objective was randomly picked to be Synoviate, where you can just fly in the back like this. You get ambushed by drones after hitting the jammer, but it isn't too hard to just run out, and that's 2 down. After doing the next random side objective, I went to the last main objective, Hospital, and killed bad guys. There is no way that brute survived that. But yeah, I killed everyone here, then ended the mission by blowing up some shade turrets, and that's New Alexandria in 1610. The Package is a terrible action movie from 2012 with Stone Cold Steve Austin, but more importantly, it's also the 8th level in Halo Reach. It's a tank level, and there's definitely faster strats in taking the tank, but I wanted to take the tank because the Halo Reach tank is very fun. If you have a problem with that, go fuck. After blowing up everything in the tank, I got back to Sword Base once again, where there were some more aliens to kill, including a Gold Ranger who I probably didn't need to waste time chasing down, but I was in the mood to slaughter everything. There's a slow, plodding fight against some jackals and skirmishers in the maintenance access, then you fight some stealth elites, then we wind up in the snow where I have to activate turrets and hold out against even more Covenant. At one point, an elite got stuck in the ceiling. I don't know what all that's about, I've never seen that before. But yeah, Package was just a casual playthrough for me, 1913. Pillar of Autumn was another one that I just gave one attempt, which you may not believe when I show you how I began the level.
All the heat. Just deliver that package.
I swear to you that was first try. And I'm like George Washington, I can never tell a lie, except for all the times I have. I grabbed a mongoose while there were still a few enemies alive and left a meal behind. My karma was dying to this absolute garbage. I made a point before I got in the mongoose to grab rockets and load up on rocket ammo. Then I died in this fight and realized I'd rather have a shotgun, so that was all a waste. I don't know what the deal was, but I just could not get past this wraith. I died here many times and was very annoyed, but eventually I got him. Then there's the caves where some bugs show up. Alright, looks like I'm clear. Oh my god. So yeah, I literally literally just walked through and killed enemies and played the level as Bungo intended. I died a couple times towards the end waiting for the Pelican. Then after taking out the Zealots, I really wanted to find a health pack for the ending on the gun, and I could not find one. I wasted multiple minutes just trying to find a freaking health pack. But then I did, and whenever Keyes told me to shoot, I took out the ship, and that's the last level done in 27:12, which makes my final collective time 2 hours, 24 minutes, and 39 seconds. That's under 3 hours, but more importantly, take that, random person who commented a couple days ago saying they had a 2:25. If you like this video, click the one on screen to see how I beat Halo 3 in under 3 hours on Legendary. Thanks to my patrons for supporting the channel. Bye!